GCSM President asks Ministry of Public Health to invite Cuban doctors. Government institutes curfew. GTT urges MMG agents not to exploit customers. In the region, Brazilian legislators call for president's impeachment. And internationally, China prepares for a second wave of COVID-19 patients. Greetings and welcome to this edition of Headline News Update. I am Bibi Bacchus. Thank you for joining us. In response to the increase in COVID-19 related deaths in Guyana, President David Granger has instituted a mandatory curfew effective Friday. George Gonzalez tells us more in this report.
According to the Ministry of Public Health, the number of confirmed cases of COVID-19 in Guyana remains at 19, inclusive of 4 deaths.
The regional breakdown is as follows: 1 in Region 3, 17 in Region 4, with 1 inconclusive, and 1 in Region 6. The total number of persons who have been tested has moved from 70 to 75, with 19 positives, 55 negatives, and 1 inconclusive. As of yesterday, calls to the COVID-19 hotline moved from 1,142 to 1,252.
The number of persons in institutional quarantine is now 31. 11 persons are in isolation, with 1 person hospitalized in the COVID-19 ICU unit at the Georgetown Public Hospital. The number of persons currently on home quarantine known by the Ministry of Public Health is 121. In response to this increase, President David Granger announced that the government will close public gatherings at places of entertainment, including bars, clubs, gymnasiums, nightclubs, restaurants, and swimming pools between the hours of 6 p.m. and 6 a.m., starting Friday evening. Following this announcement, the mayor and city council of Georgetown instituted a similar curfew for the city. Headline News Update, George Gonzalez.
Thanks, George. Border Market was closed today to facilitate a sanitization exercise. This initiative is among several projects undertaken by the municipality to mitigate the spread of the novel coronavirus. The Mayor and City Council, in collaboration with the Guyana Fire Service, previously conducted sanitization exercises at several locations, including Water Street and its environs. Mayor of Georgetown, Pandit Ubraj Narain, maintained his call for all citizens social distancing and heed the advisories issued by the Ministry of Public Health. GT&T is asking MMG vendors not to take advantage of customers. Esther Sobers tells us more in this report.
In response to the COVID-19 pandemic, GT&T decided to temporarily close its retail stores nationwide to facilitate payments. The telecom company encouraged customers to utilize the services of GTT mobile money vendors instead. However, the company has noticed a worrying trend. Some agents are increasing their fees in light of the influx in customers. According to GT&T Public Relations Manager Jasmine Harris, all bill payments are free, but customers had reported to the MMG some bill attract a small fee of 40 to 100 Guyana dollars when being paid to an agent. Harris said MMG agents are representatives of GTT and have agreed to certain terms and conditions when providing services to the customer. GTT is urging customers to familiarize themselves with the fees associated with different bill payments. For Channel 2 Headline News, Esther Sobers.
Thanks, Esther. If you would like to report a vendor, GT&T recommends that customers call them on telephone number 0488 for more information. After the break, GCSM President asked Ministry of Public Health to invite Cuban doctors.
To correctly remove gloves, pinch and hold your glove at the area close to your wrist. Then peel back the glove downward, ensuring to hold your removed glove in your gloved hand. To remove the glove from your gloved hand, using 2 fingers, slide them at your wrist under the glove. Using the same action, peel the glove downward, ensuring to keep the glove inside out, and dispose of your glove in a biohazard waste container. After removing gloves, immediately wash hands.
Hurry down to Zasco on 15 North Road between Camp and Wellington Streets. Quality products at low cost for every room in your home. 65 and 55 inches high-stand 4K smart TVs. Samsung French door fridges. Black & Decker appliances, queen and king size Canadian-made mattresses. German-made pressure pots in 5 to 9 liters. 12-piece pot sets, knife sets, cutlery sets and pans, commercial fans. Samsung smart stoves. Canadian-made 3-piece recliner sofa sets. Air fryers and Hamilton Beach hot and cold water dispenser.
For that reliable, prudent and courteous traveling experience, your choice is G3 Cabs, located at 228-229 Aubrey Barker Road and Beverly Close, South Renville Gardens. Travel in comfort and safety with our deluxe fleet of new vehicles and neatly trimmed drivers serving our customers around Georgetown. We deliver cooking gas, small packages, run errands, and provide minor vehicular roadside assistance such as jump starts of vehicles, flat tires, spare wheel assistance, and more. Contact us on 218-4982 or 218-4500. G3 Cabs. You can count on us.
This place is really hot. What's wrong with your AC?
It's not working.
Well, we wouldn't be able to continue this meeting anymore because this place is extremely hot.
Wait, please don't go.
Here's a company you can call to get your AC fixed. Action Cool.
Honey, what's dinner? I had a hard day.
I'm sorry you had a hard day, but guess what, babes? I didn't cook today because the stove is not working.
Having trouble at home or at the office? Then call the professionals at Action Cool. Our fully trained technical team have the skills and experience in repairs of all air-conditioned units, refrigerators, gas stoves, washing machines, and a whole lot more. For further information, visit us at 86 Hill and Princess Street, Mandela Avenue, Georgetown, or call us on telephone number 225-7867.
Welcome back. Contrary to a post being circulated on Facebook, President David Granger has not contracted COVID-19. The Ministry of the Presidency confirmed this last night through their social media page. The ministry condemns the post, deeming it distasteful. The ministry also encourages persons to refrain from causing public panic and to utilize their public voices and platforms responsibly. For years, Cuba has sent medical professionals overseas to assist the healthcare sectors of many nations in need. This pandemic is no different. Thus far, the island nation has sent doctors to several nations. Now, the president of the Guyana-Cuba Solidarity Movement, Halim Khan, is calling on the government to invite them to come to assist Guyana ahead of the expected influx in patients. On Saturday, President of the Guyana-Cuba Solidarity Movement, Halim Khan, called on Guyana's healthcare authorities to invite Cuban medical professionals to assist with the fight against COVID-19. According to Khan, now the island nation is sending medical teams around the globe to help with the coronavirus response. As healthcare systems around the world are strained to the point of collapse, Cuban healthcare brigades have been invited to assist medical workers in Italy, Venezuela, Nicaragua, Suriname, Jamaica, and Grenada. Khan further added that Cuba has more than 29,000 medical professionals practicing in 59 countries. It also sends thousands of doctors to work free of charge in low-income countries in Latin America and Africa. He explained that Guyana and Cuba established diplomatic relations on December 8, 1972, and the cordial relations between the two countries have always been beneficial. This is in light of the recent news that the World Health Organization estimates that Guyana will see at least 20,000 cases of new coronavirus by May 5th. On Wednesday, the Guyana Police Force apprehended 5 males on board a wooden vessel with a large quantity of processed cannabis. About 3 p.m., ranks intercepted the boat on the Berbice River. A search of the vessel uncovered over 166 kilograms of suspected cannabis. The suspects, all residents of Berbice, are currently in police custody and they are assisting with the investigation. When we come back from the break, we have your regional and international news.
Hurry down to Zasco on 15 North Road between Camp and Wellington Streets. Quality products at low cost for every room in your home. 65 and 55 inches high-stand 4K smart TVs. Samsung French door fridges. Black & Decker appliances, queen and king size Canadian-made mattresses. German-made pressure pots in 5 to 9 liters. 12-piece pot sets, knife sets, cutlery sets and pans, commercial fans. Samsung smart stoves. Canadian-made 3-piece recliner sofa sets. Air fryers and Hamilton Beach hot and cold water dispenser.
For that reliable, prudent, and courteous traveling experience, your choice is G3 Cabs, located at 228-229 Aubrey Barker Road and Beverly Close, South Reinfeld Gardens. Travel in comfort and safety with our deluxe fleet of new vehicles and neatly trimmed drivers serving our customers around Georgetown. We deliver cooking gas, small packages, run errands, and provide minor vehicular roadside assistance such as jump starts of vehicles, flat tires, spare wheel assistance, and more. Contact us on 218-4982 or 218-4500. G3 Cabs. You can count on us.
Place is really hot. What's wrong with your AC?
It's not working.
Well, we wouldn't be able to continue this meeting anymore because this place is extremely hot.
Wait, please don't go.
Here's a company you can call to get your AC fixed. Action Cool.
Honey, what's dinner? I had a hard day.
I'm sorry you had a hard day, but guess what, babes? I didn't cook today because the stove is not working.
Having trouble at home or at the office? Then call the professionals at Action Cool. Our fully trained technical team have the skills and experience in repairs of all air-conditioned units, refrigerators, gas stoves, washing machines, and a whole lot more. For further information, visit us at 86 Hill and Princess Street, Mandela Avenue, Georgetown, or call us on telephone number 225-7867.
Hey, Latika.
Chiny man, long time in here or see you.
I didn't really feeling too good.
He never give me no coronavirus, not me.
Like she know you can get COVID-19 from a phone call? What? Hear this? When somebody cough or sneeze, they spray small liquid droplets from their nose or mouth.
If you're too close, you could breathe in the droplets, including the COVID-19 virus if the person coughing got the virus. And bops! Just like that, you get coronavirus. So, stay at least 1 meter or 3 feet distance between yourself and everyone, especially those who are coughing or sneezing. Or better, stay home and don't go out liming.
Yeah, Chinese man, I can talk all you want now, I can hear and see you. This is a message from the Ministry of Public Health in collaboration with PAHO WHO.
Welcome back. George Gonzalez brings us your regional and international headlines of the day.
Greetings to you, our viewers. Now we take a look at news in the region and around the world. A few days ago, St. Vincent and the Grenadines reported that it was coronavirus COVID-19 free. But on Wednesday, it recorded its second confirmed case of the virus. The Ministry of Health said in a press release that as the first case came a few weeks ago, this was also an imported one, saying, quote, "The sample which tested positive was taken from a female patient who had traveled to St. Vincent and the Grenadines from the United States on March 25th, end quote. The first patient to have tested positive is a woman in her 30s who had arrived on the island earlier last month from the United Kingdom. She has since recovered. Many Brazilian legislators and civil society heads want to impeach President Jair Bolsonaro over his insistence on keeping businesses running despite the growing coronavirus crisis in the country. Al Jazeera's Lucia Newman reports.
On the streets of Rio de Janeiro, it's less crowded than usual, but not as empty as local officials would like, after President Jair Bolsonaro again made an appeal to Brazilians not to punish the economy by staying at home.
The cure cannot be worse than the disease.
As COVID-19 continues to spread, Brazilians are torn between listening to their president or everyone else. Defiant governors and mayors have restricted all non-essential activities, including church services. Bolsonaro's battle against social isolation has isolated him politically as never before, except among his hardcore supporters, like street vendor Edson Sampaio.
I support the president. We need to open up the streets again as fast as possible. I won't be able to last much longer.
Calls for the president's removal are escalating. One of 7 petitions for his impeachment has just been presented to Congress with more than 1 million signatures. And a Supreme Court judge has asked the Prosecutor General to investigate the president on charges of crimes against public health. Bolsonaro has been delaying the distribution of Congress's emergency aid package for millions of poor self-employed Brazilians, hoping that will bring them back onto the streets. Nevertheless, removing Bolsonaro now is not widely popular because it could create greater instability, says public policy expert Pablo Hortelado.
In a sense, there is a parallel government where the head of the Congress, the Supreme Court, and the governors are handling the crisis.
Do you think that Bolsonaro can survive this crisis?
It depends what happens. If we have too many deaths, which will probably occur, but we don't know at what rate, then Bolsonaro is probably is in big trouble because he will lose most of his supporters or a significant part of his supporters. But if the governors manage to handle the crisis and the deaths are not that high, maybe he'll get away with it.
It's a risky bet for the leader of Latin America's largest economy, whose popularity suffers with every new burial caused by coronavirus. Lucia Newman, Al Jazeera.
And internationally, about 600,000 Chinese people have been locked down after new coronavirus infections were reported near Hubei province, where the outbreak began. Al Jazeera's Florence Louis reports.
China's government has ordered a lockdown on Jia County in Henan province. It borders Hubei, which was the epicenter of the coronavirus outbreak in China. 600,000 people have been ordered not to leave their homes unless they have official permission. The order came after an infected man came into contact with 2 doctors who then tested positive. The new lockdown has sparked fears of a second wave of infection, just as China is restarting the world's second biggest economy after months of enforced quarantine. China's foreign ministry says US officials are shameless for accusing Beijing of covering up the true picture of the outbreak. A ministry spokeswoman accused the Americans of politicizing a health issue.
We have said multiple times that slanders, smears, and finger-pointing cannot make up for the lost time. They'll only cause more lost time and lives if they continue to lie.
Just like China did at the start of the epidemic, many countries in the region have imposed tough restrictions on movement. Malaysia is reporting early signs of a slowdown in the infection rate, but the government says strict control measures need to be adhered to. The president of the Philippines has ordered soldiers and police to shoot anyone who violates the mandatory month-long lockdown. Rodrigo Duterte issued the warning after a protest by residents in a poor area of Manila complaining about the lack of food and government aid.
My orders are to the police and military, also with the village officials. If there are troubles or occasions where there's violence and your lives are in danger,
shoot them dead.
Rights groups have criticized his remarks, with Amnesty International calling them heartless and unjustifiable. Florence Louis, Al Jazeera.
Now for your 3-day weather forecast.
Thanks, George. And that is all for this edition of Channel 2 Headline News Updates. Tune in on Friday at 6 p.m. for another episode. Be sure to subscribe, like, and follow us on Facebook and YouTube, or you can visit our website at headlinenewsguyana.com for more news. Until then, take care.